Hi, Michael Bettine here for another episode of Cuppa Talks. What I'd like to talk about today is commonly known as GAS, GAS. And what that stands for is Gear Acquisition Syndrome. Now, what that means is people who are hung up with always having the latest gear or something different. And we can all fall prey to that. I should talk. Really, I have. I must own, at this point, over 500 instruments. I haven't counted. I mean, I'm just making a good estimate based on what I have. I have boxes and cases and bags full of instruments. But for me, big thing is that's over 50 years of collecting. It's certainly not like 2 months ago or 6 months ago or a year ago, I decided, "Oh, I wanna start buying lots of instruments," and I bought up all of that in that short amount of time. Now, this is a concerted effort over a very long period of time. Now, if you're a collector of anything over a 50-year time span, you can certainly amass a lot of stuff, and as a collector of sounds, I have lots and lots of different instruments. But let's talk about this idea of GAS, gear acquisition syndrome. A big part of that goes with what's commonly called FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear that you're missing some sort of an instrument, some sort of a sound. Or you see another sound worker and they've got this thing, and you're like, oh, I don't have one of those. I need to get one to keep up with them, and that sort of thing. Now it's especially in the rampant consumerism that we live in today, it's very easy to get caught up in this. Always bigger, better, more. That seems to be society today, especially if you look at advertising. You know, it's always talking about getting something bigger, something faster, something better, something newer, more modern, all that sort of a stuff. It's like you've got your phone, but you need a better phone, and you need the newest phone, and you need a bigger phone, and all this stuff. So as sound workers, it's very easy for us to get caught up in that idea and thinking we always need to have more, or we need to have something better than we already have. But we don't. We really don't. So let's look at this. You've got your gear, whatever you have, your crystal bowls, your middle bowls, some gongs, some rattles and rain sticks, whatever. The biggest thing is learning how to use them. One, effectively, that's most important, but also two is how to get the most out of them. So they're not just one-dimensional instruments making one sound. You can get a lot of different sounds out of any instrument, but it's up to you to explore that instrument and find those sounds. Change the way you play it. Change if it's something that you strike, gong, bowl, bell, change your striker, use something different, a different hardness, a different material, strike it in a different way. If it's something you shake, shake it in a different way. Shake it in combination with something else. Explore sounds. That's a big thing I'm always talking about here on my channel is just exploring things, exploring the sounds you make, finding the sounds you make with your instruments. And that's really, really important. Don't just be one dimensional and say, okay, I've got this one mallet and I hit my whatever and I get my sound out of it. No, that's not enough because that's when you feel like you need more. Oh, I've just got this one sound out of this gong, bowl, or bell. I need to buy another one of a different size, or I need to buy something else because I'm not getting enough sound. And that's just looking at the situation from a one-dimensional aspect. You really need to look at everything multidimensionally. And, and again, it's up to you to discover how many sounds you can bring out of your instruments. Another part of this is you've had a gong or something for 10 years, 20 years, whatever. And it's like, I'm tired of this one. Yeah, I need something different. And you feel like you've exhausted it. It's easy to feel like that. But I'll tell you from experience, keep working with it. My gongs keep revealing new sounds to me all the time. I find new mallets to use on them because people are inventing and making new mallets all the time. So that gives me different choices that will bring out different and new sounds from the same instruments I've had for a long time. Again, it's up to you. You really have to work it. You have to put in the time to find these sounds. They don't just come out, they don't just reveal themselves. They need to be coaxed out of your instruments. You need to find them. You're an explorer. You're a sound archaeologist, really. I mean, you have to do the digging into your instrument and find the sounds. That's really important. It's another part of this whole gas thing. There's a lot of new instruments on the market, especially gongs. I mean, it seems like every week I come across a new gong maker. I go over in Germany, suddenly there's just this whole wave of German gong makers making nickel silver gongs in the Paiste tradition. And, they're all putting their own spin on most of them and coming up with something a little different. And there's all these new gongs on the market. And you go, ooh, I don't have one of those. I don't have something like this gong maker or that gong maker. I don't have this size or this style or this sound. And it's real easy to get caught up at that you have to acquire more and you have to keep getting different ones. But I'm here to tell you, keep working with your old ones. Instead of buying a new gong, buy a new mallet, buy a new flumi, and find out what new sounds that can produce from the same old gong. I mean, that's one thing I do. I discover new mallets and I buy them. And suddenly it's like, oh, this is a different world. This is a whole different sound world that is revealing itself to me with a different mallet. But I have to go looking for those sounds. I just can't take the mallet and start banging on stuff and expect all these sounds to appear. I have to actively engage with my instruments and find those sounds. So it's easy to get caught up in that. Again, there's new gong makers every week with new, exciting, and fancy gongs. So there's new things all the time. New shakers and rattles, new ocean drums, new bells. People invent new instruments. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. I know I have picked up some new and unique instruments in my travels the past couple of years, things I've never seen before. And it's like, in that case, I had to have them because it's like, will I ever see these instruments again? But it wasn't like, oh, I got to buy all this stuff. In my travels, I came across a lot of really excellent and different instruments. And it's like, I could have spent a fortune just acquiring instruments because I love sounds and I love instruments. But I had to kind of look at it and go, do I really need this one? Do I really need that one? How much would I use this? Things like that. But I did pick up some very unique ones that, again, I've never seen before, made by local artisans. And I probably will never see again. So it's like if I don't buy this right now, right here, I might never come across it again. And also, I should talk. I just bought three more gongs. You know, three that I don't have, three that it wasn't an impulse purchase, three gongs that I've wanted for a long time. And I came across them at an amazing price. And it's like I had the extra funds, so why not, you know, acquire them? But it's so easy to get caught up, especially in this whole rampant consumerism society we live in, to just keep buying and buying and buying. When it's probably more important to just work harder and work deeper with the instruments you have. And again, buy new mallets, much cheaper. It's important. I have hundreds of mallets. I've acquired a lot of mallets, again, over a 50-year period, all different ones. And I'm acquiring new ones all the time because, again, people are making them. And they give me the opportunity to reinvestigate the same instruments and find new and different sounds. So don't get caught up in that. I've got to have this because he's got that or she's got that. Or you see something on Facebook and somebody's demoing it and you go, oh, I got to get one of those definitely. Or, all this. There's so much available out there. And I think I've seen some people who just, they buy stuff, but then they don't go deep into what they have. They've got something and they kind of scratch the surface and then they get another thing and they scratch the surface and then they get another. And, they don't stick to working with instruments that they have with any sort of depth. And like I said, I've got gongs. Some of my favorite gongs I've had for 25 years, and they keep revealing new sounds, new nuances, new rhythms, new ideas come out of them. Just when I think, well, that's about all I can do, all I can get out of it, they'll surprise me and reveal something completely new. Or again, I'll get a new mallet or a new flumi of a different type or something. Back to square one, working with it, learning how to bring out a whole new universe of sounds. Okay. Play what you have. Get the most out of it. If you see something totally unique or something that just really speaks to you that you can use, then buy it. But don't just like go out and just buy stuff to acquire it and then only scratch the surface of it. You're doing a disservice to yourself and to the music. All right. Thanks for listening to my cup of talk today. Thanks for putting up with my rants about things. Now go practice. See you next time. It's so easy to just be like, I got to have it. I got to have it. Or like I said, hang on a minute. Yeah, get out of there. Get out of there. Had a squirrel in my tomatoes there.